Look, I'm still reeling from the fact that we saw one of the craziest NBA comebacks of all time. Literally the biggest NBA comeback in the NBA Finals history. I mean, it's one of those scenarios where you don't come back from a 29-point deficit without help from the opposing team. And I think in today's video, that's something I want to break down for everybody is seeing how the San Antonio Spurs helped the New York Knicks make a comeback from being down 29 points, literally from the second half on, and it's just incredible to look at how the Spurs essentially fumbled such an opportune time to tie up the series 2-2. And a lot of it for me comes down to their shot selection. I think the Spurs got a little bit too brazen in trying to knock the Knicks out and on so many occasions in that third quarter, which then extended into the fourth quarter. The Knicks were trying to go for the knockout punch to push this game to a 30-point lead and a 40-point lead and so on. Like they were trying to just knock them out with so many different raining on threes, but eventually, like they say, you live by the three, you die by the three. If you've even watched any bits of sports media or you see how home court advantage has been now a bit more balanced in recent years, right? I think teams with home court advantage, when it comes to them winning series, beforehand, home court advantage used to matter so much more before the 3-point evolution. And I've been telling folks that the 3-point evolution has changed everything because if you're hitting your threes, you can win a game on the road, home, anywhere, right? It doesn't matter. But you can be at home, and if you're not hitting your threes, you are susceptible to losing that basketball game. And granted, the Knicks were at home in this scenario, right? So this doesn't necessarily compute to this. But I'm just talking about in general, right? The Spurs had a 29-point lead, but then they start taking so many threes, it starts stagnating their offense, right? And what happens with threes? It leads to long rebounds, which leads to transition points. This first play I want to go over. Now, mind you, look at the time on this first shot attempt. The Spurs are attempting this 2-point shot from Keldon Johnson at the 8:54 mark. And right, he misses that layup attempt, and then the Knicks push it back in transition. And this is the Knicks attempting to speed the game up, right? Because when you're down by that many points, what you want to do is as you want to increase the pace of the game so you can get as many more shots as possible. And whether you miss or make it, if you're speeding the game up, you're getting technically more possessions to try and make a comeback, right? And so the Knicks push the pace, and with them pushing the pace on this possession, they get a transition dunk for OG Anunoby because Wemby's trying to guard Jalen Brunson, and he's more so out there on Jalen Brunson versus protecting the rim since Keldon Johnson fell and couldn't get back to get on Jalen Brunson. So they give up this dunk to OG Anunoby. And then because the Knicks pushed it in transition, now the Spurs fall into it, right? They fall into that pace of play, and they give the ball to De'Aaron Fox, and he outlets it out to Julian Champagnie, and he takes the three immediately. And now, mind you, when OG Anunoby scored, he scored in 7 seconds, right? From the moment when Keldon Johnson missed his shot. Then, within 6 seconds, the Spurs push the ball up the floor, and Julian Champagnie, he takes that shot within 6 seconds of OG Anunoby getting that dunk. And he had 20 seconds on the shot clock to try and get a better look versus a in transition contested three, right? And then on the other end, that's like a 6-point swing because now it leads to Jalen Brunson also being able to get a three on the other end because they come back, they run the next run of play, and Jalen Brunson hits a three. And that just goes to show how you start cutting into the lead, right? And then Dylan Harper comes down, he misses a three off of a swing. Granted, this is a quality look, I would say. I'm not going to blame Dylan Harper for taking this. This is only the second straight three they took, but he misses this three. And then you see the Knicks start to come back. They start cutting into it more and more. And then Devin Vassell misses a deep three. This three is a bad three, right? I think that when you're this deep, this is just a hero ball type of shot. I don't think he needed to take this three, but he takes this three with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and there's 7:08 left in the third quarter. And what do you know? It leads to another Knick three by OG at the 6:50 mark. And the Knicks are quietly building their momentum, right? You're starting to see the crowd get more into it. You're starting to see Celebrity Row, people like Taylor Swift and whatnot are getting active on the sideline. They're starting to get pumped up watching this comeback. It's one of those things that you can see this young Spurs team don't have the wherewithal to be like, hey, let's call a timeout, or from Mitch Johnson's side, or for De'Aaron Fox to really steady the ship and calm everybody and be like, hey, let's run it. Let's get something going towards the rim. Let's get Wemby going towards the rim or something of that sort. Then after OG's three, the Spurs miss another quick three from Keldon Johnson at the 6:40 mark with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. And it's one of those things where De'Aaron Fox creates an opportunity here for Keldon Johnson, but he takes the very first opportunity to shoot the first three he gets. And it's like you could dribble in, try to get to the rim, put pressure on that Knicks defense on the interior, but these guys are just settling for threes, right? Because like I told you, they're just trying to hit the big shot They're taking what's easy to them, what the defense is essentially wanting them to take, right? They're getting sped up, taking these quick shots. Because that's the reason why I'm noting how much time is left on the shot clock, because these guys are not taking up a bunch of time on the shot clock. They're giving the Knicks the window to be able to make the comeback. And after that, the Spurs waste a whole possession running practically nothing, and then De'Aaron Fox takes a step back late in the shot clock three with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and then right after that, the Knicks go on to score another three. You just start to see the framework of how this is happening, right? I'm hoping that you guys are trying keeping up with seeing when you're watching a run happen in real time, and you're seeing how when a situation like similar to how a few years ago, I think it was about 2017, right, when the Warriors are playing the Houston Rockets, and the Rockets, I believe, had a home court advantage. I think it was in Game 7. I think the Rockets missed like something like 15 straight threes or something like that. And when you miss that many threes, you give the opposing team the chance to go on their own run, or at least to hang around, right? You're not knocking them out, you're not killing them, you're letting them essentially come back. They're taking the momentum away from you, and you're starting to get tight because you're missing so many threes. You're trying to now force one in. You're trying so hard to get one in. And the Spurs were taking every quick shot that they can get, taking the very first opportunity every single time they could get. And it was just baffling to me. I just didn't understand it. And especially this possession and its whole, this one was really bad because for them to waste a whole possession running practically nothing, and then De'Aaron Fox ends up taking a step back three late into the shot clock. This is such a bad possession from Dylan Harper, especially because he brings the ball up. Looks like they're going to set a screen action. Doesn't happen. He almost gets the ball stripped from him, swings it to De'Aaron Fox, and then De'Aaron Fox just settles for a step back three. I mean, that's just not good offense, right? That's exactly what leads to you opening that doorway for a team to come back. And you would think that, I don't know, man, like Mitch Johnson would have the team way more prepared to kind of nullify these runs, especially against this Knicks team that everybody knows goes on runs. I comically have been tweeting throughout these playoffs. There's three things you can count on: death, taxes, and the Knicks going on a run. Those are the three things you can be assured of in every scenario, right? And yet somehow it's like the Spurs just didn't do the scouting report and they let the Knicks come back on them. And then you look at it again, the Spurs, and mind you, this is why I talked about at the beginning what the timeline was when Keldon Johnson took that first two-pointer for the Spurs, because he took it at the 8:54 mark, right, in the third quarter. The Spurs finally attempt another two-point shot at the 4:35 mark left in the third quarter when Stephon Castle is driving into the lane and he takes a fadeaway jumper and gets fouled by Josh Hart. Like, that's the next time they actually take another two. Like, that's insane, right? They go all that time. They're only attempting threes. So for 4 minutes, the Knicks went on a 13-0 run. For 4 minutes, all these dudes did was take threes. That's reprehensible. That's crazy. That's terrible game management. It doesn't make any sense. And you look at that, and then Stephon Castle drives in, gets fouled, goes to the free throw line, gives them 2 points, right? Very next possession, Dylan Harper does the same thing, attacks the rim, gets two free throws. And then the possession right after that, they go back to taking threes. Like, it's like you can't make it up. Like, what? They go right back to taking threes. Dylan Harper, with 14 seconds left on the shot clock, takes a step back air ball three. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's like they really wanted to hit that home run on these guys, man. They wanted it to get that separation, but man, sometimes a two is just as steadying as a three, right? When a team's going to run, you just want to feel like a little air come into your lungs, and so you got to go and get a bucket, no matter how you get it. It doesn't have to be a three. You don't have to match them 3 for 3, and that's what the Spurs fell into. The Knicks successfully sped these guys up, and in this possession is without a doubt probably the most egregious, because not only do the Spurs attempt 3 straight threes on this one possession, they get 2 offensive rebounds, mind you. The first three, they attempt that three, they miss that three. Victor Wembanyama then gets the ball, attempts a three. They get the offensive rebound again. Victor Wembanyama attempts another three. Like, you just can't make it up with this team, man. Like, this Spurs team, I know people are saying that they're arrogant, right? And I get it. They believe they're the better team, but I don't blame them for feeling that way, because they have generally had these games in multiple scenarios. Like, they have been in control of these games, and then they just make some boneheaded mistakes and blow each game. Granted, I can't call you the better team if you don't know how to close a game, right? You might have the talent to go up by 30. You might have the talent to be dominating a game all the way up to the last minute. But if you can't finish it, you're not the better team. right? Like that's almost like the young hubris of this team is that they're like, man, we're in these positions to win, but you have to finish. You can't just say we should be winning. You have to go and win. You're bordering on what Kenny Atkinson was saying with the analytically we are winning this series. Like what? Like sure, guys. Like I mean, I guess it makes you feel better about being down 1-3. Sure, I guess or 3-1 rather, however you say it. For I'm saying from the Spurs perspective. But I just don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, hopefully, the plays I broke down helped illustrate some of what went wrong in this game and how the Spurs essentially were their own demise. I mean, obviously, this doesn't illustrate the whole comeback here, but it essentially is meant to orchestrate exactly the types of shots the Spurs were taking that led to this happening, right? The full comeback, this is the type of things that were going on. The Spurs were turning the ball over. I didn't even show all the turnovers that happened in the Mississippi as well. Dylan Harper turning the ball over. De'Aaron Fox making an errant pass when nobody's even looking at him, and he just throws it into freaking the front row. Like these guys just were out of it in that second half. And I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you. I don't know how you just entirely. It just seems like they thought they had won the game and the game was over. Wemby was doing the whole "I'm in your head," brother. You weren't in your own head. Like I don't know. But guys, appreciate you guys for watching, man. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop some comments down below. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. I just want to say one more thing, man. I think the Spurs only hit like 4 threes in the second half, right? I think they only hit like 4 threes in the second half. That's diabolical. And they only had 2 turnovers in the first half just to proceed in the second half to turn over the ball a multitude of times. Like, wow. I can't even do the outro without thinking about how much they actually choked the game. Like it's crazy. Well, all right, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching, man. Until next time, I'm out.